Do you ever think back with regret about some of the things you've said? In today's Monday Motivation, we are talking about a topic all of us can relate to. WSCB's resident transformation motivation coach, Carol Mendoza, is here to talk us through the power of the tongue. And Carol, you know, we all have been there. We say something, we think, oh, I wish I could take that back, but really, it's pretty hard. There's no undo button when it comes to words.
Right. Oh, if there only were that backspace or delete button, right? As just as something is coming out of our mouths, but nope. Once it's out, it's out. Just like toothpaste, right? Once it's out, it's out. You can't get that back in the tube. You know, it makes me think about the scripture of Proverbs 18:21. You know, the power of the tongue. You know, words can kill and words can give life. One of them's fruit and one of them's poison, and you get to choose, right? So I think that we have to think about our words.
Well, that's pretty deep because let's be honest, all of us sometimes have these high emotions and we don't always choose our words like we should.
For sure.
And we're wishing, oh my goodness, look, I just said this, and if I could take that word back, if only.
Exactly. But I think here's the biggest thing is that we have to think about what comes out of our mouths when we're under pressure is a reflection of what's inside of us. You know, if we squeeze an orange, what are we going to get?
Orange juice, of course.
Absolutely, right. So we're not going to get apple juice, we're not going to get grape juice, you're going to get what's already in there. So the question then becomes, when you get squeezed, what comes out of you? When you're stressed, when you're frustrated, when you're angry, well, you know, what comes out of you? Are you bitter? Are you sarcastic? So I think that's what we need to be looking at and thinking about how we're responding instead of reacting. I think that's the bigger piece.
Well, how do we make sure, Carol, that we're full of all the good things and that all the good things actually will come out?
Well, it's what you feed yourself. And I think it starts with really being intentional about making sure that what we're putting into our minds, we're putting into our hearts, is something that is going to produce those things. So if you're constantly around negativity, you're constantly around complaining and gossip and criticism, well, guess what's going to come out when you're under pressure, right? So think about those things, when, you know, peace and wisdom and encouragement. How can we be more involved with that?
I got to tell you the story quickly. My bishop said recently that you look at the pillow with all the feathers. What happens if you cut that pillow open? The feathers fly all over the place.
Oh,
and that's just like the power of the tongue. You can't take the words back, and you can never gather all the feathers.
Oh my gosh, and that makes me think about that, because you do, no matter what, you're always going to be finding feathers someplace. That's a great one. I love that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for stopping by again today, bringing us all the great wisdom and giving us some understanding on the power of the tongue, Carol.
Absolutely. Have a great one.
You as well.